guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to continue the self-publishing mini-series and venture on over into the final segment, which is part 3. If you missed parts 1 and 2, then I will link the videos down below for you to watch. To recap, in part 1 we talked about all the things that you need to have done before you even think about uploading your manuscript to a POD company. Those things are ensuring your manuscript is in tip-top shape, choosing your title carefully, finding a high-quality professional cover designer, writing the back cover synopsis, creating a publishing company, and getting your ISBN numbers. I'd recommend having all of these things completed 5 to 6 months prior to your projected publication date. And then there was part 2, which consists of setting up your account with the POD company, setting up your title, setting up your retail price, setting your wholesale discount, setting your categories, working through the edits from your professional editor, and thinking about getting early reviews for your book. If you haven't already watched the videos for part 1 and part 2, I would highly recommend that you pause this and go watch those. Otherwise, I think you'll end up feeling confused and very overwhelmed. With that being said, let's talk about the final segment, which is part 3. And since we left off at number 13 in part 2, we will start at number 14, which is to look over your back cover blurb. I know we talked about the back cover blurb or synopsis in part 1, but it's an incredibly important part of your book when it comes to getting it to sell, which is why I want to bring it up again. If you missed part 1, you're probably asking yourself, what exactly is a blurb? Blurbs are essentially a paragraph or two that paint a brief picture of your plot with just enough information to leave the reader satisfied, yet still leave them wanting to know more. Sound difficult? That's because it is. You thought writing a book was hard. Now try condensing all of those thoughts and ideas into a measly 8 to 10 sentences. Blurbs can be very challenging to write, and it's something that does take practice. So take a look at your back cover synopsis and make sure that it includes these 5 core elements. Number 1, think of the first sentence of your blurb as a pickup line. It must be new, clever, and engaging, not a line that we've heard a million times before. In this first sentence, you could introduce your main characters by focusing on the predicament that they're in, like Bella Pollen does in Hunting Unicorns. Adrift in a rapidly changing world, the Bevan family cling to tradition while wrestling with taxes, tree blight, and the need to keep the family skeleton firmly in the cupboard. Ooh. Or you could set the scene and create the mystery right out of the gate, like Kate Morton does for The House at Riverton. On the eve of a glittering society party by the lake of a grand English country house, a young poet takes his life. Also try to avoid cliches in your opening lines at all costs because nobody likes them. Number 2, talk about your characters in your blurb. When introducing your main characters, show them in their best or most interesting light and give them dimension. Remember to talk about the dilemma that your characters are facing. What personal demon do they need to conquer? You need to give your reader a reason to care or be interested enough to find out more. Number 3, make sure your blurb is not misleading. Write the blurb for the audience that you want to read your book and be honest. Don't dress a murder mystery as a romance novel. There's only so long that someone can be strung along until they realize, hey, this book isn't what I thought it was going to be, and then toss it aside. If you don't deliver on your back cover blurb, then your reader is probably going to stop reading it, and you don't want that. Number 4, don't give everything away. You want your potential reader to buy your book, so don't give away too much of your plot in the blurb. This is the part that takes some serious skill and focus because you need to find that fine line between revealing enough for your reader to feel satisfied while maintaining the air of mystery. And number 5, keep your readers wanting more. Try finishing your blurb with a cliffhanger. Rather subtly but very cordially invite people to want to find out more. End your blurb with conflict. Your readers should wonder, how in the world are they going to solve that? There are a few different ways that you can end your blurb. With a question, like in A Scandalous Proposition. What will Adam do when he discovers Florentina's deception? Hint at future danger, like in Risking Trust. When their investigation leads them to a City Hall conspiracy, both their lives and their newly reignited flame could be permanently extinguished. At all costs, resist the urge to hint at how things work out, and your back cover blurb will be pure gold. Moving on to number 15, write your wholesaler's blurb. The wholesaler's blurb is what is fed automatically from your distributor, such as Ingram Spark, to wholesalers and online retailers about your book. You may also have heard this called the meta. Different distributors have different rules and specifications for their blurbs. Most actually have a character limit. Ingram Spark, for example, has a limit of 4,000 characters, including spaces, for the meta. It's important that your meta or blurb is constructed properly so that you will attract the right audience and the right customers when they read it online. Most of the time, if you've written a great synopsis for your back cover, then you can use that same synopsis as your meta. You may have to trim a few sentences, but it will work. For nonfiction, your meta is extremely important because it must address and acknowledge where your readers come from, where they are now, and where you're going to take them. Try to avoid schmoozy hype and overblown descriptors in your copy. Try not to use words like amazing, life-changing, incredible, etc. Find your unique selling point and use it to your advantage. Number 16, determine what you will put on your back pages. While the blurbs we just talked about are an invitation for your readers to step into your book, the back pages of your book must be an invitation for the readers to connect with you as the author on a deeper level. Here are some ideas of things to fill your back pages. An acknowledgements page, an about the author page with website and social media links, a sneak preview of a chapter or two from the next book, if it's a series, or a list of other books you've written. Sometimes this is on the opposite side of the title page in the front of the book. Number 17, format the interior to prepare for paperback printing. The first question here is, should I do my interior myself or should I hire someone? This really depends on two things. Number one, whether or not you have the technical skills and software to do it. And number two, whether you have the time, patience, and interest in learning how to do it right. Many cover designers actually offer interior formatting as well as layout services, but this can be expensive. I actually did my interior layout myself and I received numerous compliments as to how professional it looks. I searched for some interior templates that are formatted specifically for paperback books, tweaked them a little bit in Microsoft Word, and then copied my manuscript over to the template. The website www.DIYBookFormats actually has some great interior formatting templates that you can use, and they are free. And actually, I used one of them for the Alpha Drive series. So if you want to check that website out, I will link it below in the description. Most professionals do use InDesign to do the interior layout of a book. But now with print-on-demand companies such as Ingram Spark, you can actually format your paperback book in Word and then convert it to a high-resolution PDF. If it's formatted correctly, the print book will look exactly as it does in the PDF. I used Word for my interior layout and I could not be happier with how it turned out. Let's go over some basic tips if you want to use Word to format the interior of your book. Number 1, use formatting styles in Word and define headers, footers, and page numbers carefully. Most people who use Word will format every word or paragraph individually, but Word has the capability of defining styles. This will make your life a whole lot easier. Spend some time getting to know how to use these styles and plan them out for your book. Or use a pre-made interior template and skip this step entirely. Number 2, use section breaks and page breaks. Putting a section break for each chapter can help you organize headers and footers, keep the page numbers consistent, etc. But again, if you use a pre-made interior template, then you can save yourself the headache and skip this step entirely. Number 3, use high-resolution images. These would be 300 DPI images. This is more important for nonfiction books because there are a lot of nonfiction books out there that do contain pictures, but just make sure your author photo is at least 300 DPI. Otherwise, it may print out blurry. Both Ingram Spark and CreateSpace will give you a warning notice if your images are less than 300 DPI. Just be careful with Ingram Spark though, because every time you re-upload something, they'll charge you a nice $40 fee. With CreateSpace, you can upload as many times as you want at no cost and no additional fee. Number 4, use a commercial quality PDF converter. For CreateSpace, you can upload a Word document or a PDF that contains your interior layout. But for Ingram Spark, you can only upload PDF versions. No Word documents are allowed. All fonts need to be embedded into the document. You can sometimes get away with this on CreateSpace, but not on Ingram Spark. You absolutely must embed all fonts into your PDF for Ingram Spark. If you mess up, you have to re-upload it and pay $40. Word 2013 does have the capability to embed fonts, but I would highly recommend getting the free trial of Adobe Acrobat Pro DC. You get a free trial for 30 days and you basically save your Word document that has your manuscript in it as a PDF, and then you open up Adobe Acrobat Pro DC, click File, Save as Other, and click Press Ready PDF, which in parentheses it'll say PDF/X. And once you do that, all of your fonts will be embedded and you won't have to pay ridiculous fees to re-upload your manuscript because you'll have done it right the first time. Number 18, upload your final draft to the POD company, normally Ingram Spark or CreateSpace, and upload your cover, either your art cover or your final cover. Once you have your interior formatted, you can finally upload your manuscript to the POD company of your choosing, as well as the cover. If you've chosen to get early reviews and have people that you want to send ARCs or advanced reader copies to, then you can upload an art cover. You can ask your cover designer to make one for you. This is what my art cover looks like, and normally there will be a red bar at the top that says advanced reader's copy not for sale or uncorrected proof not for sale. Sometimes it'll be a red bar at the top, or there'll be kind of like a square sticker here, but that's normally what an art cover looks like. CreateSpace is great for ARCs because you can upload as many edited or updated versions as you'd like for free. You can also see the actual layout of your book in their digital proofing program, which is also for free, and that is something that Ingram Spark does not offer. This lets you see what your book will actually look like once it's printed out. It's literally a digital program that has the pages like this, so you can flip through each one to see where your pages land and if there's any weird spacing or any blank pages. Number 19, order a physical proof. Once you have your manuscript and cover uploaded to the POD company of your choosing, make sure you order a physical proof. Please do not blindly approve your title until you are actually holding a copy, a proof of the book in your hands. You need to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that it is free of errors and ready for publication. Ordering a proof can cost $5 to $10 depending on the size of your book, and you can expedite shipping if you want, but CreateSpace tends to deliver your books within 4 to 5 business days. Once you've gone through your physical proof, make adjustments as needed, or if it's fine as is, you can order more. You can order up to 5 at a time on CreateSpace, and then send those out as ARCs to early reviewers. Number 20, approve the title. If you're not sending ARCs and you have the final manuscript and the final cover uploaded, and you've ordered a physical proof that you've gone through multiple times to ensure that it's free of errors and ready for publication, only then should you finally approve the title. When you click the approve the title button, this means that your book will officially be available for purchase on Amazon and other sites. So congratulations, you did it. You are now a published author. That concludes part 3, the final segment of this Self-Publishing 101 mini-series. I hope you enjoyed the content today. If you did, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I realize that I only discussed formatting for printed versions of books, but not formatting for the ever so popular ebooks. This is because ebook formatting is an entirely different animal, and it's actually quite complex. If you'd like me to do a video on ebook formatting for publication in the future, please like this video and leave a comment down below and I will add it to the queue. My debut novel, The Alpha Drive, is still available for purchase on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, The Book Depository, and Books A Million, so I'd love for you to check it out. In case you missed my announcement last week, there's currently a Kindle price promotion going on for the ebook version of The Alpha Drive. From July 13th to the 20th, the price will be discounted between 99 cents and $3.99. Since we're getting near the end of the week, the book might be rising back up to its original price of $4.99. But I wanted to mention it anyways in case we still are in the $3.99 range. You can save $1. The sequel, The Order of Omega, is available for pre-order on Amazon right now, and it will be released on Tuesday, November 8th, 2016. You can find all the links in the description below. If you have any questions or anything you'd like for me to talk about in my next videos, feel free to tweet at me at @AuthorKristenM, or you can leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to win bookish goodies every month. I post new videos on Tuesdays. I will see you guys next time. Bye. To sell. I see a cat. Stay over here.